I just watched the trailer for a second time, which I unfortunately can't really cover because I'm not allowed to record that. But I did want to talk about some of these pictures from Tormented Souls 2. Graphics look about the same, but the layout of your inventory has changed. It might not sound like that big of a deal, or even necessary, but I appreciate it. New game, new look. Naturally, we're in a different area. From what it looks like, it could be some kind of kitchen. Your status also looks different. The green X-ray image in the upper right corner. And right now in the inventory, the key items seem to be selected. We got some bolt cutters, I think, a saw, and a thumbtack. The last of which seems like a pretty innocuous item, but if Darkseid is anything to go by, even items like that can prove to be important. Looking at this frame, I think the fixed camera angles are still here, which is great because that can make a horror game even more terrifying. We got the tape recorder on the table and a tape right beside it. So we're all ready to save. And that iron door in the background seems foreboding. I guess it could lead anywhere. It could lead to some kind of boss room, a room with terrifying enemies, or it could lead to the bathhouse. I don't know. A bathhouse full of acid. And it looks like Carolyn is also taking after the new game, new look thing. She's wearing all black now, which means she's cool now. Perhaps another outfit that she can choose after finding it in this new area. In the trailer, it looks like she's wearing the same clothes that she started out with in the first game, again, which I thought was odd. I'm hoping for a few more options of attire. This area looks like a prison. Not sure what the deal is with these rooms and chains just hanging down. It doesn't look like chains that are holding cuffs so that people can be suspended in the air. It's just chains for the sake of chains. I mean, it looks cool, don't get me wrong, just why? And we got a couple mandatory nooses in the background. Wonderful! This image just shows a hallway. But if we know anything about hallways in video games, is that there's usually a monster chasing you down one. But what kind of monsters? Hopefully not the exact same that we fought in the hospital. From what I saw in the trailer, it seemed like a similar enemy was about to grab Carolyn. But I don't think it was the guys in the wheelchair or anything. And finally, we got this Duke's Archives looking place, which might be the main hall. It looks pretty beautiful, very put together, though I'm still not entirely sure what kind of area this is going to be. Is it a library, a mansion, another hospital, perhaps? I'm not sure. Carolyn seems to be in front of some kind of podium, so I don't know, maybe even a church. There were some religious themes in the first game, but I think this one might go even further than that. The trailer starts off with another Jesus statue cracking down and being shattered into pieces. And even before that, it starts with a quote from Deuteronomy, which makes me wonder why we don't see more of Judaism being covered in media. It always seems to be some form of Christianity used as the theming, namely Catholicism. But why not utilize other faiths and religions? In the first game, there was mention of some Native American beliefs, but not very much else. You know how there was the cross and upside-down crosses? We didn't have very much Native American symbolism in there. So hopefully that's different in this game too. The quote being used is Deuteronomy 28:53. And you shall eat the fruit of your womb, the flesh of your sons and daughters, whom the Lord your God has given you. Now, I'm not sure what God was trying to get across, but it sounds like in-game it might be saying that Emma and Anna's mom is going to show up, or maybe William, our father, and he's going to commit cannibalism? I'm probably taking it too literally. Or maybe not. My version literally says, you shall eat the offspring of your own body, the flesh of your sons and your daughters, whom the Lord your God has given you, during the siege and the distress by which your enemy will oppress you. So, yeah, cannibalism. There's also mention of some kind of siege or pillaging going on, your enemy being present. So, perhaps during the final battle, somebody is going to be eating their own child, and that's going to give them the power to overcome the final boss? I'm just going to leave the predictions up to the experts.